Good evening, everybody. Um, it's the back of my house. Obviously, you see what I'm out here doing. I think it's the 27th of September, and just had something on my mind today. Um, and it's Echo, man. You know, I wanted to talk about the Echo weed eater today. Um, I'm going to title this video, I think, probably Echo 225 review. And, you know, okay, I'm back. I see. You're smiling about. All right, back to my review about this right here. Uh, the 225. What are my thoughts on the 225? Strengths and obviously weaknesses. I'm gonna start with the weaknesses of the 225. And with my little uh, thing I got going on here, my little business side hustle, whatever you want to call it. I usually use Steel and I usually use Echo. Those are the main two brands that I use. I do have like a little saw that's like a Poulan saw, but I don't cut trees down. Every blue moon we have to cut something down just to get to something, or very tiny jobs, not even small, tiny jobs. But most of the equipment that I have when it comes to my stick equipment is Steel and Echo. And there's this humongous debate, obviously, who's better between Echo and Steel. And me, what the way I feel is the same way I feel about cars. It's the same way I feel about trucks. It's the same way that I feel about um, houses. The same things the way I feel about dogs. Um, you know, almost anything. I won't say anything, but almost anything. Basically, it depends what you're using it for. We're gonna use or just a house, for example. This is my home. It's the back of it, and not nothing fancy. You know what I mean? It's just a home. You know what I mean? And it's good for me. Could I've got a bigger house? You know, yeah, but it probably would have been harder to afford. Um, so I think everything depends on what you can afford. It depends on what you're using it for. I have 5 kids, but one of them lives with their mom, and then the other one is in the military. Then I have 3 small kids that you see running in and out of the door in the house, and doing all kind of stuff like they always do. So that's what determines what house you get. you know um there's a lot of people that get uh things that are too big, whether it's a house, whether it's a truck, whether it's whatever, or they get something that's too small. So I think Echo and Steel, um when it comes to certain equipment, are extremely important that you know what kind of job you have. You want to know what kind of job you have to determine what's the best equipment for you. And we're going to talk about this string trimmer right here. This string trimmer right here. Hold on for 1 second. They're doing something they shouldn't be doing. So I'm going to pause this. Okay, now I'm back. Wait, what they were doing was they were opening the door and closing the door and opening the door and closing the door. I just did it again. So I told them to go in the house. But back what I was saying. Pretty much it depends on what job that you have, what equipment is best for you, and also the money. Just like me and my house. Don't have a big house. It's got a little basement, got a little attic. That's it. It's not big. I'm not rich. You know what I mean? My truck over there, it's a 2009. That's my work truck. It's not brand new. My other truck, it's 2013. So those are things that I could afford, at the time. And, my equipment that I have, so it depends on what you're going to use it for. But this trimmer right here is what we're talking about today. And this trimmer, I think, is extremely, um, it's good for obviously people that are beginning a lawn care company, or this trimmer is good for someone that has um, just their own yard to do. They're not that expensive. They're usually under $200. Um, you can find them at Home Depot, but they have the kind of reliability and dependability and even power as some commercial equipment. You know, the things I like about this is very easy to start. If you have a wife or a young teenager or something that maybe is just not as strong, or it could be a guy that's just maybe he's got some injuries to his body. This is extremely easy to start. It's not hard to start. So that's a real good touch on that. I mean, they're easy to start. They I've never had a problem with this. I mean, I've had this one, I think, for maybe 2 to 3 years, somewhere like that. I don't know. I've got a couple of them, so I'm not sure which one this one is. But I've had them for a while. It's been about 2 or 3 years. Never had one problem. Never. Every time I start it, it starts on first or second pull. It starts every time. The power, like I said, if you're doing a property or doing your house and you maintain it once a week or even twice a week, you know, it's fine. I mean, it'll work with no problem. Now, if you got some properties that are really overgrown, that people have let overgrown, maybe every 3 weeks or a month, or you're coming in, you're doing, so I don't know, something just crazy, a ditch or behind somebody's house. I mean, really big weeds. Then this will not be the one for you. This is something if you're maintaining something every week or every maybe even 2 weeks. 2 weeks is fine too. They're good. You don't need anything more than this. Just like I said, when it goes back to like my truck there, or my home. You know what I mean? I don't need anything else. I don't need anything more or bigger, or I just don't. Obviously, if I got $1 million, I probably would. Get something more. But as far as need, you don't need anything more than this. The gas, when you put gas in it, it lasts for a while. It doesn't run out real fast. So it's, when I compare this to like my 100, I think it's FS 100 steel, that thing runs out of gas twice as fast as this does, because the motor's just not that big. It's like a 21 cc motor. But when you're talking about maintaining something every week, every 2 weeks, home use, unbelievable. Unbelievable. Does it have the power that the 100 does, or even my 70? No, it doesn't have the power. But those are usually, they come in when you're doing a property that hasn't been done for a while. And obviously you can use those anytime too. You know what I mean? You can. Or if you're a person that likes to walk really fast when you're weed eating, or run almost, those will be good because they have more power and they can cut things down faster. But this is fine. This will get you through. So like I said, and I've had probably more experience with this one and the 100 than I've ever had with any weed eater. I've been using them for 4 to 5 years. I've been using them. I had another one before this, so I've had about 3 of these in my life. I've just always had one. So that's my review. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm here cutting my grass and at home, and I cut the neighbors' grass too. So that's all. I mean, I ain't trying to bore y'all. Just want you to know that if you like if you want a new weed eater, or you want to try one out, they're very good weed eaters. They are extremely good weed eaters, and that comes from a guy that uses them all the time, and I've had plenty of different workers that use them. very good, very good, and they work best on maintained properties. Like I said, Echo 225. You know, that's it. So y'all can subscribe if you know, like what you heard, and leave some good comments, some bad comments, all that stuff, man. I don't care. It's all right, you know. But that's it. I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna get ready to finish. Go in the house and feed these kids. I'm gonna blow this stuff off, and I'll be done, man. You know. Oh, I got an egg. I got a weed eat the front too. I forgot. All right.